What's up, guys, and welcome to another episode here at Tremel. So the time is finally here. We're here to talk about the 2K50. Everybody's been asking me questions, requirements, what we're doing with it. So we're finally here. We're finally going to give you guys the details, everything from location, what the race is going to look like, and then obviously safety features, anything you need for the cars. We've had a few submissions already. It's pretty much all booked up, but nothing is in stone just yet, except for Dirt Road Journey's team. San's team is also in. But other than that, there's still spots that I'm still kind of playing around with, making sure I send them the details. But this video will pretty much answer all your questions. Anything after today, drop a DM either on my page or obviously Oscar. If you guys don't know him, this is Oscar from AC Fab. He'll be able to answer your questions also, and we're gonna dive right into it. All right, so first things first is the dates for the actual race will be April 30th. That's the day we're all gonna meet up. Just hang out. You guys will be able to take pictures of the cars, get to meet the staff, everybody that's going to race. We will need chase trucks. So also, if you want to be a chase truck, get in the comments, send me a message. I do need 8 chase trucks. So if you have a truck that can boogie, I mean, obviously we'll be chasing some of these less equipped vehicles, so it won't be nothing too crazy, but something where you can take tools, carry a couple heads with you, just so you guys can chase the truck. You also need to record, give me some content at the same time. So I will be giving you a camera, a radio, and a couple things that you'll have to do. But if you're down for something like that and you want to be involved in this event, drop a DM on my page or Oscar's page, and then we'll go from there. So April 30th will be the day we meet up. May 1st will be the actual day we race. It's going to be an early start because the weather might be hot by the time we get to the race itself. So we're starting in Barstow. All the details, like specific details of where we're meeting and all that, will be dropped later on. But right now we'll start off with April 30th, meetup day. May 1st will be the actual race, and we're racing from Barstow to Laser Nut. The actual course itself is undetermined. We haven't pre-ran it just yet, but it will have a little bit of everything. It will have sand, it will have dirt, rock, fast boy, slow boy, whatever you want to call it. We'll have a little bit of everything, and there will be one final jump to finish the finish line off at Laser Nut. As long as you can get through all of that in your rig, everything is good after that. So Oscar's going to break down some of the requirements, and then we'll go from there. All right, Oscar, dive into some of the requirements.
All right, so we're going to begin. First one we can't stress out enough is a $2,000 value, which I know is a question that a lot of people have asked. We understand people got sponsors, people are very resourceful, junkyard hunt, off-road hunt, but everything has a value. So just because you got it for free because your buddy gave it to you doesn't mean it's a zero value. So everything has a value. The vehicle has to be worth $2,000 as a value, not what you spent, but the value. 33-inch tire max size, stock drivetrain. So no, you didn't buy a Suzuki Samurai with the with LS in it,
exactly.
It's stock drivetrain, stock engine, stock transmission, stock transfer case. Can be 2-wheel drive or 4-wheel drive, but as we've stressed it, 4-wheel drive is going to be ahead. It can be done, but it wouldn't be our choice.
Yeah, the course will be set for 4-wheel drive with clearance. But if you're brave enough to bring a 2-wheel drive and you got some skills, you will be able to make it. We just stress it. If you can go 4-wheel drive, I would go 4-wheel drive. Yeah,
anything that puts in, obviously 4-wheel drives are going to be ahead. The vehicle must have a windshield. It's got to have doors. If you don't have doors, you don't have roof, you got to have a cage. But keep in mind, that is going to go into your value. Cages ain't cheap. Really, be methodical about the car you choose. No major leaks in the cars. Obviously, some of these cars are going to have oil leaks and stuff like that, but no fuel leaks, no major tranny leaks. Nothing's going to cause fires or, cause some type of unsafe conditions. Vehicles got to have seatbelts or harnesses. Seatbelts got to be secured. And just tow points front and back, painted red. They got to be visible, easily accessible, and not having to go under the car and, wrap around the axle or anything like that. That's pretty much it for the vehicle. And then we have some safety equipment.
Yeah, so a couple of the safety things that we do want you to carry, and this doesn't go into your budget. So if you do end up buying these things for whatever reason, or you need to resource them, whatever you got to do to get them, this doesn't go into your $2,000 budget. This is just safety things that we're going to require for you to have. So make sure you whatever team you are with or whatever you're doing, make sure you've put a little bit of funds to make sure you get a fire extinguisher. Make sure you guys are wearing helmets, and I do own a few helmets, so if it fits you, as long as you shower, I'll let you borrow them. I don't really care. And radios. Radios are going to be important because that's how you're going to communicate with the chase truck. That's how you're going to communicate with your team. Amongst your team, you guys have to have a channel, and then you guys will be using that channel resourcefully with the chase truck and yourself. So that channel will be specific to you guys. You will not be communicating with the whole group because we don't want any interference when it comes to that. If you do have a team, make sure you guys are all on the same frequency. We'll make sure that everybody has a different frequency, and then we'll go from that. But safety equipment is pretty basic. Like you said, make sure your harnesses are all set up correctly, your seatbelts are correct. This is safety first because we don't want anything bad happening. If the rollover does happen or anything like that, regardless of the vehicle, we got to make sure we're safe. Above all, that would be the biggest nightmare if somebody somebody got hurt, that puts a stop to everything. We got to make sure safety is like our main priority. And if you do need help getting these things, just hit us up and we'll try to help you grab them.
Yeah.
The next thing we'll dive into is modifying the vehicle.
All right, so pretty simple. The mods gotta all be pre-approved. We understand that some people they know how to work. You know how to work on your vehicles. You could do a lift kit for $50 by welding a spacer, but it's got to be safe. It can't just be a piece of metal you welded or kind of tacked up together and it works. No, it's got to be done right. We understand that to keep it below the 2K, yes, people have different skills and people just think different. We all do. So, but the modifications got to be safe and it's bottom line's got to be pre-approved.
Yeah.
Anything we do, Lincoln lockers, bucket extensions, anything.
And that doesn't mean you can't get the stuff from your friends or anything for a cheap value. Even if you get it for free, we're still adding a value to it.
It has a value, nothing's free.
Everything's going to have a value through us. You can't just go get an LS and say, oh, my friend gave it to me.
No.
That's not how it's going to work. So if you do end up getting a part, we'll put a value to it and it'll go towards the 2K. At the beginning, every vehicle will have a base starting point and then we'll go build from there. So you'll be able to upgrade it as much as you can. And obviously, we're going to give you a pretty low value because we do want to see some rigs that are semi-built to be able to finish the trail and have a good time and actually be safe and actually be competitive. If you do source some stuff from your friends or is free or whatever, we will put a cost to it. It won't be a lot, but there has to be a cost just so it doesn't get out of hand and somebody shows up with a rig that's like completely tonned up because their friend gave it to them. You know what I mean? Just because they want to get the W. We're trying to prevent that and we want to make sure the competition is real. Like we want to make sure that everybody has a good time, but it's also very competitive. As for the prizes and all that, we're still working on making sure we get funding for it, making sure that it's worth it, some sort of sponsorship maybe. There will be a cool ass trophy that we already planned on that we're building. It'll just be one. There's no second place. There's no third place. Yes, we'll tell you got second and third, but there's going to be winner take all. Winner gets the trophy, gets the name on it. There is no carrying this trophy over to next year. That trophy's yours. It will be nice. It will be like painted and all that. We'll label it with your name and you don't even get to take it home that day. So we'll bring it with us. We'll put your name on it and then we'll make sure you get it. So modifications wise, that's kind of where we're stopping at. We'll go through the next section and then pretty much just a wrap. If you guys have any questions for us after that, again, hit him up, hit me up, and we'll try to answer them. But make sure you replay this video, answer your own questions. There's a lot of moving pieces and it's going to come up fast. So May 1st is the actual race day. The car must be done and teched by us 1 week prior to the actual event. We'll drive out to you or we'll figure out how to make that happen, but we'll make sure that a week prior to the actual event, we can tech it, make sure it's all finished, it's all passing the 2K value, all the above. The more questions, if you are approved to be part of the race, the more questions, the better. So if you do have questions or you do want to make sure that you get valued correctly or whatever, make sure you reach out to us. Don't do it before you reach out to us. Because if you do it and then we evaluate higher and you get upset, I'm sorry. I mean, we're the moderators. We're just trying to keep it safe, trying to keep it equal. So 8 teams will be the max. I'll be announcing them on my Instagram and tagging Oscar. He'll be announcing them also. And then we'll go through there.
That'll be April 23rd, 24th weekend when the list will be finalized. By then, your car's got to be approved already.
So the 23rd and 24th, plan on bringing your vehicle to a specific location. We'll give you kind of somewhere centered where all the cars will meet up. We'll do a pre-shoot so that way we can make like a hype video prior to the weekend of the race. Yeah. So just plan on that. Also, make sure you have the week of the race and then the weekend before it free so we can meet up somewhere and then obviously like meet up with you guys, have you guys do it, and then we might even take you guys on a pre-run without your vehicle just so you can see the course, plan it all out that same weekend where we bring you guys to the vehicles, because again, we do want it to be competitive. We want it to be fun. We want to make sure that everything is cool. The car does not have to be registered for the street. That's another thing we didn't talk about. You can bring whatever you want. There's going to be a couple passes that you have to cross a road, but you won't actually have to be on it, so you guys will be fine there. Any other things that you can think of that we're missing?
No, just keep in mind, we're trying to keep it fun, competitive, but at the end of the day, we're all trying to have fun. It is a race. We're just trying to have fun with this.
Yeah, and everybody's going to get competitive. It's going to be fun, but people do want to win. So I get it. I understand. I did not mention what the requirements are to submit to me to be approved. So you do have to have a team name, a theme. Your vehicle has to have a theme. It can't just be a stock whatever shows up on 33s. It has to be fun. If you're not going to make it fun, then just keep the rig. Don't trash it for us. Make sure it's fun, put some paint on it, make it look cool. Obviously, whatever the vehicle that's going to be driven, and then your team. So your team could be either 3 or 4. And the only reason I say it has to be 3 or 4 is because there has to be 2 drivers. So we're going to have a halfway checkpoint where you have to swap drivers.
Yeah.
And that's absolutely mandatory, no questions asked. You have to meet that point and swap drivers. We're going to label this run through Onyx, so that's another requirement that your team has. You guys all have to download Onyx. If you don't want to download it now, you don't have to. It's free for 7 days. So if you wait like a week prior to the event, we'll give you the route, because there is specific points you'll have to meet up where we'll have people actually watching you and making sure you drive through it. It's big points of interest. That's all it is. Like Chicken Rock will be one, into Cougar Buttes. Cougar Buttes will be part of the race. Some form of it, not crazy, but some form of Cougar Buttes will be there, and then off to Laser Nut. That is part of the thing. So it's I would say get 4, but 3 is good. Have 1 pit guy, a driver, a co-driver, and then go from there. We will allow, if you do have your own YouTube channel like Dirt Road Journey does, and you want to record your own stuff, we will allow all that stuff. I know it's a silly question, but a lot of channels don't allow other channels to record during their own recordings. Through mine, I really don't care. Hype this as much as you guys can. Come out for the weekend. It's going to be fun. I do plan on having a food truck at Laser Nut at the finishing ceremonies. So if you guys want to just meet there and see who wins, or just hang out with us for a couple hours, we just got it approved and we're good to go to Laser Nut. We'll be there on May 1st, the actual race day. We'll finish the ceremonies there in the afternoon, have some food, and then end the day strong. Other than that, if you guys have any questions, again, reach out to Oscar, reach out to me, and we'll go from there. Oscar, any closing remarks?
Touching up back real quick on the theme and how creative you get, that is going to determine what time you leave the race. Everybody's going to be timed, so first, second, third, it's all leaving at the same different times. But keep in mind the conditions of the trail, dust ahead matters. So
it does.
The more creative you are, the better theme you have. You get to leave earlier. It's gonna help you out on the line a lot more. So
yeah, and
be creative.
And that's really smart. I forgot to mention that, but the cooler your theme is, and the more you do to make that theme work for you, the better it is for you. If you get to leave before, that means you get less traffic. That means you don't have to worry about it, because we're not splitting you off too much. We're splitting you off to kind of keep it where we can manage it. So you got to make sure you have a cool theme so you can be in front, Yep. And then that's going to be people's choice too. We're putting it all on Instagram. We're letting people vote. That's not going to be determined by me. It's going to be determined for you guys. Other than that, I mean, really have a good theme, have a good team. Any other questions past that, just reach out to us. Again, I know I keep saying that, but it's really important to make sure you ask before you do, because if you do and then it doesn't qualify, we're going to make you take it off. I mean, we're just trying to keep it competitive, keep it safe, keep it fun for everybody. And then if you're not racing and you do want to come out to the race, we will have like a certain map that's set up for certain locations for you guys to like kind of hang out and watch it, because we want to make sure it's safe for you guys too. So it is going to be a fun weekend. It might be hot. We needed time to make sure everybody had enough time to build a rig, and then enough time to make sure we had a good time and a good setup. And it's also the 1st year anniversary of the channel, so that's why we decided on that date, if anybody's wondering. May 1st, May Cinco de Mayo is the actual date of the channel, where it's 1 year for Trail Militia, but decided to do it the weekend before just because there's a lot of things prior to that. Anyways, if you guys have any questions, reach out to me, reach out to Oscar. You got anything else, brother?
Nope, that's pretty much it.
But yeah, that's it. That wraps up another episode here. This is more on the 2K50. If you guys have any other questions, reach out to me, reach out to Oscar, and then we'll go from there. Appreciate you guys, and we'll see you soon.